Hi all, it's George checking in from Bridgewater in Somerset in England. I wasn't actually going to do a post today, but I've just had the great pleasure of bumping into our friend Dawn on Mitch's channel, Mitch Old Guy Carnivore, and Dawn is slightly worried about blood pressure at the moment. So I've got some advice that I received from the National Health Service here in Britain about how to get a reasonable idea of where your blood pressure is at. And it's by taking an average over 7 days. I thought it was 14 days, but no, it's actually over 7. Now, the reason I know about this is because on the 26th of September last year, I had the old man's health check, and my blood pressure was slightly raised, mainly because I've been fairly active that day, and I always get stressed when I have my blood pressure taken anyway. So they sent me away and gave me some instructions to get an average reading using a machine over 7 days. And then on the 9th of October, I returned and gave the figures to Nurse Abby. They were slightly high, but not worryingly so. She asked me if I wanted to have the blood pressure medication discussion. I said no, because I don't believe in taking medications because of the side effects. So I think it wasn't terribly bad. It wasn't 120 over 80, but it was something like 140 over 85, I think my average, or thereabouts. Nothing really to worry about, especially when Coach Stephen actually believes in the age-adjusted blood pressure measurements. I'm 59 now, and in the old days, you would start at 100, add your age, 159 over 80 plus 20 over 100. I think would be okay for me. So I really wasn't too worried about the 140 over 85 or whatever it was I was actually recording. So I've got the actual document on my phone that they gave me, as in the photograph, but I've taken a few notes from it, so I'll just read a few notes about how to actually do an average blood pressure test over 7 days. And then basically that gives you the information you need to take to your doctor and to discuss where your blood pressure is, because you get an average score, which is a lot better than just the occasional one-off, which can vary quite greatly. So I'll just read it, what the advice is. Firstly, the advice is take 2 readings more than 1 minute apart every morning and evening for 7 days. Obviously, try and do this at the same time every morning and evening, or roughly the same time, so that you're in the same state of mind, same physical state as the previous day, and for the whole 7 days. And it says use an upper arm blood pressure machine with the correct cuff size. So make sure that it fits you, not too tight, and that you'll get an accurate reading. It says, right, this is most important. It says be seated, rested, and relaxed. Now, when I had my blood pressure taken, by the healthcare assistant on the 26th of September, I just walked very quickly for a mile. So when I first got there, it was 177 over 95 or something, but very rapidly dropped to 150 something over 85. So it's clearly coming down because I wasn't rested, I wasn't relaxed. So it's not surprising that my blood pressure was relatively high. Also, the other thing which I recommended to Dawn on her channel is that you shut your eyes, concentrate on your breathing during the reading, and take yourself to a happy place. Take yourself to a place where you feel happy, relaxed, and confident in your own mind's eye. For me, that is kind of by a river or by the sea or something like that, or somewhere where I just feel happy, content, and relaxed from a memory from my youth, I suppose you might say. Right, and also most importantly, have the cuff the same level as your heart. So what I do is I place my right arm on a table, as I'm doing now, and then that puts the cuff, which will be there, level with my heart. So that's again quite an important one, because that's the way you get the correct reading. There are some don'ts. It says don't use a wrist machine; they are less accurate. Possibly, I had quite a decent arm cuff from a chemist, from a reputable chemist. And do not talk during a reading, because that will again put your blood pressure up. So again, that goes back to being rested, relaxed, eyes shut, deep breathing, and in your happy place. Don't cross your legs, because apparently that also will actually raise your blood pressure. And again, very importantly, we're doing this for 7 days. We're going to get 14 readings. In fact, no, we're going to get 28 readings because we're going to get 2 in the morning, 2 in the evening, and they can change 1 minute apart. So it says, do not ignore a reading, write them all down. Blood pressure goes up and down, and it is the average that counts. That is the advice that we have from the British National Health Service here. Once you've actually done that for 7 days, 2 readings a day, then you will have a good idea of where your actual average blood pressure is. If you are still concerned about it, then you can actually go and take that to your doctor and seek further advice and consultation. But yeah, as I said, I would, unless it was really high, I wouldn't consider blood pressure medication because of the potential side effects. But I'm not a doctor, which is why I'm recommending that you do go to your doctor and then listen to them. That's just a personal opinion of mine. Okay, so that's really it. What I will do is I'll actually post the original document on my community channel so that you can see the photograph of the document itself. There's another interesting little thing actually on there which I didn't mention, and that's, it says don't take lots and lots of readings, because apparently you become used to taking your blood pressure, which lowers your blood pressure. Now that's interesting, because surely that tells us that we can actually train our bodies to lower our blood pressure by taking our blood pressure, which is a method, a therapeutic method. I'm not sure, but I actually did mention that to the nurse when I actually did it. So anyway, that's a quick response to the blood pressure situation. Hope everybody is very well, and I look forward to seeing you next time.